line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to PTN Racing TV. We're live here tonight at WWT Raceway for the very first time ever on the Facebook streaming anyway, but this is not our first time ever from this track. We've seen it on YouTube from our good friend Doug the Dad Burns last time out on the YouTube land circuit. And tonight, for the very first time, we are going to showcase the Truck Series of East Coast Racing Circuit. Let's go ahead and bring it down. I'll start with our field of drivers here tonight. Only 8 drivers locked in, but I'll tell you one thing. They seem like they're going to definitely be in for a hard fight here tonight. We'll start on the pole. Mike McKillen in the 42 and is outside. Paul Jerkeek in the number 43. Row number 2 is going to be the 54 of William Estes. And is outside the 51 of Brandon Coleman. Row 3, that's going to be the 12. That's going to be the 12 there of Brian Doty, and it is outside, or actually Rick LePage. Rick LePage in the 12, and his outside would be Jonathan Dellinger in the 50. Looks like he's driving the 4 there instead, so looks like we're all situated, ready to go here. The drivers are reading them on in. They are ready to go. We'll explain some of the rules here as time goes on here, but this is the first time we've ever showcased our truck series here in this format, in this world. So let's get ready to go here. They'll bring it on down around. Get them all situated out here. Green flag flies. 90 laps to the distance. The young rising up and coming stars here of the league are just trying to get something going here. So they decided to call us in. And with stuff like this, I have to start with a 3-wide salute. I definitely see why they called us up. On back down out of the turn 2. They go to the back straightaway. They bring it on down the 42. And Mike McMillan battles on there with the 51 there. Brandon Coleman. Coleman to the outside, looking in, trying to see if he's got a run there on the middle line down to get past that bottom line there of the 42. McMillan tries to defend. He goes on down around here. Oh, trouble over the race leader. He spins it on down. Whoa! Trouble there on the front stretch there, and unfortunately, McMillan had got taken down by the 4 there. Well, 43, I should say, of Paul Durkee. Durkee just goes for a ride and a half. Let's go to the replay and find out what happened here. That was a hard little run around there. Take a close look here. Let's see if he just overdrove it coming into the turn. We know how hard these trucks can be when it comes to steering them in. Looked like he just got a little too low to the banking. It spun in and, oh, man. Right in they go, and they go for a ride and a half, and unfortunately nowhere to be. So troubles early, unfortunately, for the drivers. They'll get situated out, though. They do have fast repairs ready to go when they need it. Since we are under caution, I guess it's better time than anything to introduce you to our drivers. So let's go ahead and bring some of them on in if we can.
No, it was the same as the last I hosted.
Hey, Coleman. One sec here real quick. Just want to say real quick on here, PTN Racing TV. Coleman, how you doing out there, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good. We thought you guys give you a little spotlight here for the drivers showcase here, so that way give you guys some love and support and try to get you something going here. So we just want to ask you real quick, even though it's kind of early, I mean, how's the truck feeling? It seems like you had a pretty good run there off the start.
Feels pretty good. Still getting used to the track.
Definitely for sure there. It's a bit of a smaller track compared to what usually you see these guys run on and stuff, but it seems like everything will be all right once you guys get everything tamed in on those wheels. Anything that kind of worries you about the track?
Tire fall off.
All right, well, definitely we'll see how that plays out here for you, buddy. We'll see how it gets all taken care of. We'll let you go back into the chat here, but good luck out there. And Sam Strard off the line. You're in the lead right now.
All right, man. Thanks.
Absolutely. That is Brandon Coleman in that 51, our race leader here at the moment. Give these guys a little bit of a sponsor, give these guys a little bit of a talk here and there, and a little bit of a shout here and there as well. I know you guys are not quite used to us being around this early in the day. I mean, usually you see us kind of working in later, but tonight, we had to change that a little bit. So, real quick to everyone at home that is getting off your candy sweets and your sweet treats. First off, happy Halloween, everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying it, and hope you guys have had some fun out there and stayed safe. We know it's a little bit crazy out there in the time of world, and some folks definitely want to have a little bit of fun out there and let the kids kind of have fun as well. And right now, the only thing I think these drivers are worried about is having fun, is just having a good time out here and battling themselves on in for this race. This looks to be a multiple series race format, so we will be running with these guys multiple times around, and we are honored and privileged to do that. And we also want to remind you guys at home, they are looking for drivers, so if you guys are interested, be sure to comment down below here on our stream here on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube when we post it up later, be sure to comment there as well. We always have they have an opening ready to go, and they would love to have some drivers come on in and come and race with them and come and have some good times. So nevertheless, guys, we'll bring them on down around and get them situated out here. We're going to go green flag racing after they get into their position. So they're going to go single file off this, and then when they're going to come out of turn 4 and they get the pace truck off, what's going to happen is they're going to actually line up into the way they want. So they choose their lane. That's right, folks. They get to choose the lane they decide they want to go to. So what does that mean? Well, say maybe I don't want to start on the outside. Maybe I want to start on the inside. Well, they can choose to do so. Or maybe they want. It's all depends on how the leader wants to place it and how the rest want to pack it in. So as we pack it on in as well here, Brandon Coleman in the 51. Currently the driver's still getting out of pit road here, getting situated out. So Brandon Coleman will be our race leader here. Brian Doty in the 39 will be in the second slot with Rick LePage there in that 12 machine. Beautiful looking ride there. And right behind him will be that 50 machine there of Jonathan Dellinger. And again, if I'm messing up on your names, boys, come back in the chat and remind me later. Stephen Naylor in the 4 there. And then, of course, the 43, Paul Durkee, unfortunately caught up in that little side swipe there. Kind of side swiping himself out, though. Kind of, unfortunately, coming out of turn 4 there. This track definitely not easy to master. I'll get more into that later on. But as they bring it on down around turn 3, going into 4 this time by, we will be going green flag racing. The drivers have chose their line and where they want to go. Now it is time to let it loose here. Coming down out of turn 4. Hey, there's the 42, Mike McMillan. He's back out on the field now as they work him on in. Green flag flies. Coleman's got the early advantage. Off the line through the chicane, down to turn 1 they go here, back on through. Stephen Naylor getting some position back into the swells here. He goes on down to the bottom out of turn 1 to 2, going up for Brian Doty. Doty holding his own, kind of running his line there, getting his area here, trying to stick with Coleman, see maybe if he's got something here for him later. Right back in the pack here, you got 3 cars battling it on. Right back down around the bottom, here comes the 50 of Jonathan Dellinger to the inside there, the 12. Here comes Rick LePage trying to hold his own, but the 42 there, Mike McMillan says otherwise. McMillan a lap down still. He's going to have to try to get that time back from earlier if he can. They'll bring it on down around, and Dellinger gets a little bit tight on the brake there. I'm not sure if maybe he was just braking harder to save tires more, or if he was actually just trying to get a run there going to get off of that line there, but Mike McMillan just made him pay for that. Back on around, they'll come down into turn 3, back into turn 4 here, side by side, they take it on in. McMillan trying to get his lap back, while Dellinger is just trying to keep him back there, so he can maybe use him as a draft partner for later. There's a little bit of damage there on the 42 you've seen there. Starting to me, it's looking like more and more like it's one of the Legacy Silver Autos out there. That's what it looks like to me here. In the back here, Stephen Naylor having to do battle here with Paul Durkee. Durkee to the inside, looking for a run there, goes down low. Swings it on down around that back straightaway here. He makes a nice pass there on about. So bringing it on fourth here. Now you can see the run there going. Naylor trying to get back into this one here, but the 43 of Paul Durkee has made him pay for giving up room and giving up space, but the big loss number 4 is not to be done. He wants to come back into this, but he gets a little wide there out of turn 2. He's going to have to start fighting a little harder than that to get back in this, and they're all chasing down that man right there. We just talked with him a second ago. Brandon Coleman in the 51, STP number. That Ford F-150 doing some hard charging here. 2 F-150s out there battling on through. Down and around, they come down out of turn 4 here. The 4-3 of Paul Durkee going out of here down that front straightaway. Down around, they continued on through here. They will bung it on back. Whoa! Something got completely wrong with the 4 of Naylor. And I'm not sure if a motor just went on that thing or if he just lost tire. You heard it in the chat. You just heard it right there. I think the motor might have gone on it. He has slowed down to a huge stop here. And that is not what you want to see from the Big Lot save, number 4 of Naylor. Let's go to the PTM Instant Replay and find out more about this one. What on earth happened there? Let's take a close listen to this one. We're going to go on board here with Naylor. Listen carefully. I don't even know what happened exactly. It sounded like he just kind of got off pace and all of a sudden he kind of stuck it in gear. And that motor just went. Oh, tough break there for Naylor. He did not want that to happen of all things, but unfortunately it did. And that's going to put him back even more so here. But that should give Mike McMillan a lap back as well to get him back into this. He should be the lucky dog. Well, we talked with Brandon Coleman earlier. Let's go ahead and see who we got now. Let's take it down to the 43 here. All right, real quick in the chat, we now have with us the 43 there, Paul Durkee. And Durkee, I hope I'm saying your name right, bud.
Yes, sir. You got that right.
All right, very good. Hey, Durkee, right now, man, the truck seems to be holding out all right. You made a good pass there for that third slot to get around a few drivers. What's going through your mind, though, as you saw what happened to Naylor?
Well, I'm just trying to save these tires. I got onto it a little early there at the beginning, spun, but the crew's giving me a good truck tonight, and I'm looking forward to getting up to the front.
Well, I think you're off to a pretty good start here. You only got 2 drivers to get around. That's Brian Doty and Brandon Coleman. Definitely seems like you guys got a pretty good fit going here, and definitely seem a lot more relayed and relaxed back than most people I've met on these leagues.
Yeah, we're a pretty laid back bunch of guys.
I still wonder how you guys don't have any more league guys out here, but nonetheless, man, good luck out here. We'll see how you play it out, all right?
All right, thank you, man.
Absolutely. All right, so we just talked with there the 43 there, Paul Durkee, and that Ford F-150 machine. You got the 3 Fords up front, and then you got that 50 Jonathan Dellinger, I should say, not Dellinger in the Chevrolet Silverado. And another Chevrolet right behind him, and then you got a Toyota Camry there, the 54 of William Estes. So they are all hunting down each other, trying to figure out what they want to get figured in here. They will have another time by, I believe. Yep, it will be one more time by. So let's go ahead and have a little chit-chat here with Mr. Doty here. Right now joining us in the chat here is Mr. Brian Doty in the 39 machine. Doty, so far, the truck's been holding out okay. You seem like you're getting everything figured out. I got to ask you, though, man, what do you got to do to get around Coleman?
I don't know. I'm just going to have to be patient and see. Try to save the tires.
Save the tires, got to get everything else situated out there. Definitely seems like that's been the kind of the goal everyone's been talking about all the time here. I mean, but exactly, maybe for the fans and viewers at home, how exactly would you guys be considering how to save the tires? What is your strategy to do just that?
I really don't know. This is my first time on this track, so it's a tight corner down here, and I'm just going to do the best I can. So I guess, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, sometimes waiting and seeing and not knowing actually will make it easier in the long run, bud. So wish you nothing but the best, and we'll see how this one plays out.
All right, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Brian Doty in the 39 there, folks. You heard him right there. This next time by, they will get situated out, and they will get into a 1 to go on the screen. They'll see the green go, and then again, they will be going into position to line up for their formation, so they will choose the line they wish. Last time Coleman went to the outside, that seemed to work well for him. Will Doty get the inside line again, or will he get the outside line? That's going to be the interesting strategy. If I'm Coleman right now, I'm thinking strategy worked perfectly the first time. Let's do it. Let's do it again. So as I get situated out here and ready to go here, again, you've heard Coleman, you've heard Doty, you've heard Durkee. There's quite a few other drivers, though, we will be talking with as time goes on here. And, of course, you can be actually on this channel, and you can actually be hearing your commentary and all that. If you guys want to join the league here, just hit us up here in the comment section here, and then we'll get you all hooked up with these guys. I guarantee you they're a great bunch of guys and a lot of good folks out there. I had the privilege to talk with them earlier And I think the one thing I've noticed was just how laid back and chill they were about stuff, man. They like having a good time out there. Yeah, it's all for fun, league and all that, and you don't want to battle it out, but man, they ain't nothing but a bunch of chilled folks and just good old boys trying to have fun and race out there. So as they bring it on around here, they'll get another time by. Again, they will not go, even though it says green. They will basically get into a formation. They'll choose the line they wish to run. And ladies and gentlemen, also we want to remind you tonight that this race is sponsored in part by their friends over at Dirt Heat Custom Stonework, and also at Freedom Landscaping. If you guys are looking to get you're looking to get some grass done, cleaned up, and all that with the leaves all falling off on the trees, well, I guarantee you that Freedom Landscaping will get the job done. Not much information on Dirt Heat Custom Stonework, but they are a proud sponsor here with these guys. And as they get situated out here, we are getting ready for another green flag run here. So this time by, they will get situated out here, and then it will be time to let these motors hum and purr the way they're supposed to. We'll bring them on down around, and this next time by, it'll be go time for these drivers. Here we go. Here we'll bring him on down out of turn 4, waiting for the green flag on the restart zone. Here we go. And off that start, right down to the chicane. Here comes Paul Durkee making a big move there around Doty. Brian Doty now trying to hold his own, trying to get back into the hunt here. Durkee's got himself a pretty sizable distance and lead on this one as they bring it on down out of turn 2. Back on around the back straightaway they go. Here challenging on in. Here comes the 54 now of William Estes. William Estes now works to the inside line around John Dellinger. Dellinger can't quite hold him there out of turn 3. Dellinger unfortunately going to fall that victim to the pass in the back. He'll get it on down and around the front, back to the stretch. Down around we go. Here comes William Estes. Estes now to the inside. He sees an opening from Doty. Doty opens the door up yet again, and now Estes makes him pay for that one. They said to me earlier, tire wear is going to be a big thing. They've said it on the stream here. But right now, the way they're driving, I think that's the last thing on their mind. Let's just be honest with you there. Coming around out of turn 3, back in 4. You can see how far Coleman is and how much of a run he's got here. You can see the battle working on in, though. Durkee trying to sip his own, trying to keep his own away from William Estes. Estes now trying to get some momentum here, bringing it on down. Corners it in, turn 1. You'll see him apex right off that middle line of the groove section around the turtles, or you'll even see them kind of more in the middle area. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. But nevertheless, right now down the draft starting to build up momentum for William. He needs a good charge to get around Paul. Paul Durkee right now trying to hang in there, trying to stay in the run, in the grip of it. Coleman is still ahead by a good margin here, still doing his own thing here. Down and around now, Coleman backs off quite a bit there. He had to really lay off the throttle there. I'm not sure, maybe that was just a way to get set up for the turn, or maybe he just wasn't sure about it. But nevertheless, that just opened the door up big time there for Durkee. And here comes Paul Durkee to the inside now down the backstretch. We're going to be coming on down around. We are just over 1/5 of the way there. They bring it on in. Whoa, hold on. Here comes Durkee. Coleman had the lead for a good chunk of this race, but Durkee's making him pay for that mistake in turn 1. Side by side, they take it to the finish. They go halfway in between each other, down and around. Durkee has to back off a little bit. Coleman gets in there a little harder. A little bit of contact made. They're out of turn 2. They hold on. Ooh, they hold in there. They're still fighting it out. Here comes there on 3 wide, slow down the backstretch. Coleman had to back off there. Oh, big trouble, big trouble. Oh, and unfortunately, Brian Doty getting a little bit caught up in that one. You know, we've always heard the phrase getting caught up in the moment, but unfortunately, I don't think that was the moment he was looking for. Let's go to the PTM Instant Replay. Take a look at this one here. That was a hard wreck there. There's another look at it. 3 wide split, clears out. And Doty unfortunately just kind of tagged himself in there. The Texas P39 getting a nice little lick and a half to everybody except the race leader there. Let's go on board here with him. Let's see, maybe we can see exactly where the trouble started here for him. Here's the replay. You see them getting back on the throttle. They actually had a gear in there. Yeah, it looks like just a racing incident. Unfortunately, the 54 of William Estes, man, he just kind of tagged in there and just went in there. And whoo! Jonathan Dellinger just took that thing and smacked him right in there. Nonetheless, all the drivers, except for the Forest Stephen Naylor, are going to go into pit road here. We'll talk with some of them here in a minute, but that was definitely not what the drivers wanted to do and where they were thinking to go here. Hard lick on that back stretch and kind of put them on back even further here. There is some damage there up, looks like on the front end. I couldn't tell if Coleman there, it looks like maybe. Kind of taking a quick little peek at it here, not seeing, there is a little clip there. There it is right there. Actually, you can see a little bit of damage on the front end. Truck's kind of bent in just a hint, so they may slow him down on the aerodynamics part, but I don't think it'll slow him down too much here. Let's go ahead and talk with the number 4 here. All right, now joining us in the chat here is the number 4 driver, Stephen Naylor, and I hope you're saying your last name right, buddy.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
All right, I only say that because I don't want to mess anybody's names up, but nevertheless, man, coming off that little issue earlier on turn 1, talk me through what happened exactly. What went wrong and what blew the motor there?
That I don't know. I'm racing a little different tonight. I didn't get to practice none. I'm doing the whole shifting in the turns, and I don't know if maybe my RPM got up too high and it just blew it, but it come around on me, so I'm not sure.
Well,
I didn't hit nothing.
Yeah, he definitely didn't hit anything. We caught a few glimpses of it on the replay there. We were kind of watching it over and over, and yeah, it definitely did sound like the RPMs just kind of, they up-paced a little too hard there, and it just kind of overdid the engine there. And obviously, when you overdo the RPMs, it overheats the engine quite a bit, which can cause it to blow, and it looked like, unfortunately, that was what happened there.
Yeah, a little mishaps. Got the lucky dog here, so I'm still going to be a lap down, but I think we got a chance. As long as I can keep my nose clean.
Well, you never know, but I mean, they've heard earlier that tire wear is definitely going to be a key factor here, and you know, sometimes if you can outlast everybody and outdo everybody, I think you got a good chance here.
Well, I've already used one set of tires here, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens the rest of the race and get a couple more cautions out there, and maybe I can get back up to the front.
Absolutely indeed. Well, nonetheless, good luck out there, bud, and wish you nothing but the best.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Stephen Naylor and the number 4 machine joining us on in for a little bit of a chat. Let's go ahead and have a little talk here with Rick LePage here, see if maybe he wants to chat. All right, now joining us on in, we have that number 12 of Rick LePage. I hope I'm saying your name right as well, bud.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. All right. Well, Rick, I gotta say, man, right now, not off to the strongest start, but you are one of the more consistent ones out there right now. How is the truck feeling, and how do you feel you're doing on your tire saving?
Well, for me, it's a big learning game. I joined this league and was hoping to get into one where I could learn, and this is what's happening.
Definitely there for sure, man. But I mean, so far it seems like you've definitely been. It looked like you're pretty good lines out here, run some good laps. Just I think maybe if anything, maybe just one little kick in the butt and a little boost on the truck, and there you go. I think you might have a shot at this one, but. I gotta say, man, right now the truck looks pretty good out there. Is this custom designed, or was this made up by anyone specific?
Yeah, it's a cut by myself. I paint.
Awesome. Well, it's definitely an awesome looking piece here. Definitely looks good on the stream here. So hope you guys are doing all right out there, and we'll definitely see you here coming down the wire. Good luck here in the finish, bud.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Just put together some consistent laps. Is all I need.
Absolutely indeed. Well, we'll see if we can get that done here. We'll let you get back onto the field here, bud.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Rick LePage in the 12 machine. So they'll bring it on down around here this time by, guys. And remember, they are going to go another lap. They will give the drivers the opportunity to choose where they want to go. They will get to choose their position. They will be able to choose their areas, choose their own way they want to do it. And see how they want to play this one out here right now and about. So on this next lap by, it'll be 26 of 90 laps to go. So just not quite at the halfway point yet. damage up on the trucks here, unfortunately, but definitely right now getting all situated out here and taken care of. I don't think that'll affect him too much here. Brandon Coleman was leading for quite a while here, but got passed up there by Paul Durkee by a little error there in turn 1. And Durkee has opted to choose for the outside line. That seems to be a favorite. Now, if you're wondering at home, okay, how do they choose the lines? Well, it goes like this. From first, third, fifth, seventh, and ninth, depending on so on and so forth where you're at. Those are the drivers that get to choose where they want to start on the row. So first chooses outside, then third can choose their line. 7th, 5th, 7th, 8th, or 9th, and all them choose their line, etc., etc. And that's how exactly that works in this case. So if you guys are wondering at home, that's how they do it in the NASCAR series. But here in the East Coast racing circuit, you know one thing, they're wanting to put the pedal to the metal off the start because Durkee got himself a good chunk on that one. Here we go, down the first strut. And look at this now, William S. right in the move here. William S. just now to the inside line down at turn 2. He's got a hard charge coming for Paul Durkee. Down to the back stretch we go. Takes the inside line there, Durkee. He thought he was comfortable. He had a good start there. Was not to be. William Estes looks like he's on a bit of pressure tires here, but he's got to be careful of that. He can't overdo him. Bringing it on down around out of turn 4 they go here. Durkee gets a little loose there. He has to try to switch around it. He may be looking for the switcheroo, maybe trying to steal the inside line there around William. William holds his own there, bringing it on down. Down about we go here, down and around out of turn 2 they go here. William Estes still doing his own here to hold on to the race lead. The only Toyota Camry out on the field right now. He's got a built Ford Tough 443 Paul Durkee in his sights, and definitely I would say trying to keep him out of his mind, but let's be honest, as a racer and as a driver, you know in that mirror, once you look at that rear view mirror, you can't unsee it. We'll bring him on down that front straightaway here as they battle it on by. Down and around they go out of turn 1, back down into turn 2 we go here. The 54 William Estes now doing battle as they bring it on forward. Paul Durkee trying to hold his own, get something going here. The Budweiser 43 still trying to hang with the hot rod Rowdy number 54. We're used to talking about that machine on the NASCAR E5 series with Revolution Racing, but a little bit of a change in pace. It's nice to see it on a custom scheme here when it comes to the iRacing circuit. We haven't seen too many of them out here. Oh, a little bump there for Estes. He got right into the wall there out of turn 1. Didn't seem to slow him down too much. Durkee had to back off a little bit and kind of recenter and regroup. He figures it out there. They'll bring it on down that back straightaway here. Meanwhile, the rest of the field working on in. John Dellinger trying to get the Laguna number 50 Chevrolet ahead there a little bit. He's in the 4th spot right now, running it in with Mike Millen in his sights. Let's go on board here with him. You can see the run and how hard they have to carry now. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about how this track works exactly. Watch them down this back front straightaway here. There's one thing you're going to notice quite a bit is that these cars don't really have as much banking as you would have seen on other tracks that they're used to running. But the thing is that they got that long strip of road. It's very similar, in my opinion, to what you would have seen with the Milwaukee Mile when we ran with it with the old school league not too long ago. It's very similar in my opinion, but the key difference is it's a lot harder to really mash it in. Jeremy Bennett has joined us on in the cat here, although I don't know what his comment's about. Hope he's just making a joke there at Coleman. Says he needs to somebody needs to put him in the wall. He's already in pit road there, my man. Taking it on down around the back straightaway. Here we go, bringing it on down. On through and through they go here out of turn 3, back down in turn 4 they go. The front stretch they take it on through. William Estes still holds the race lead with Paul Durkee in his side, right behind him trying to get him. These drivers giving it everything they can, trying to see who can outdo the other, who outrace the other here. They'll bring it on down that long stretch of road here, down that back straightaway here, trying to see who can outclass the other here. It's hard to master any track, much less a track that really not a lot of folks really run or know about. But with these truck series here, it's definitely always on for a good show here. The Worldwide Tech Raceway here, definitely showing Lakes we're working on through now down the inside. We're 1/3 of the way there, and Estes looks like he's backing off quite a bit there. We're going on board here with Durkee. You can hear how hard they're having to gear down or how hard they're having to brake on these things. And the reason again is because they can't really run a hard line at turn 1 or 2, and they can't run it too hard out of 3 and 4. Why? Because the banking, the way it's set up there, if you get it too hard or a little too loose, it'll mess you up. Speaking of messing up, looks like Estes was trying to block Durkee. Durkee was trying to get the inside line there, and about Gabe got him up there. Not quite yet to be. He's working on buying around. Brandon Coleman currently out lap down after being in the pit road. Steven Naylor was also a lap down because of the issues there. Rick LePage there. We took a look at that awesome East Coast Circuit Racing League machine. And it's definitely a beautiful looking machine there, and very nice designly done. Well done there, sir. Brian Doty, we saw him a little earlier battling it on hard with the 30 and the 39. That's Steven Naylor we got our eye on right now as well. Doty currently looks like he's just driving a little bit and gets it right up into the wall there. A little bit hard up on the wall, kind of bringing on fourth here. Rodney Christensen has joined us on in, saying come in late, but good racing. Great to have you in here, Rodney. Back on around there comes Del Linger in the 50 machine. Diluna, number 50, gets it on down out of turn 4 here, still trying to get some ground up and made up for them. You can see how far and how big this track is, and just the line and momentum these guys have to deal with here. This track is huge beyond belief. They bring it on down that back straightaway here. They'll go on through here. Durkee looking like he's got a charge coming there for Estes. Estes trying to hold him off there. They're working on down around out of turn 3, back down in to turn 4 we go. Estes now trying to get in there. He gets his run there, and looks like Estes got a little bit of a bump there from the front. Down around. Durkee tries to sneak it in there. But Estes, man, he just is blocking and blocking like it's nobody's business. He is defending that line like it matters. They'll bring it on down around, but I think Paul's now looking to open up the racing Bible. Here we go. I think he's got it. I think we found the verse. It's Excel Chronicles verses 9. Can't stop, won't stop. In the time of need, I don't need a pit stop. They'll bring it on down around out of turn 4, and that doesn't quite work the way he wanted there. William Estes off that from his pit stop earlier has seemingly got the better groove here and the better rhythm. He is just cornering in those turns and really hitting his marks extremely well here. It is playing more into his favor here. He'll come on down that back straightaway here, still at odds. Back inside he goes. Can Durkee finally get the run here? I think he's trying to open up another verse. Let's see if I can find the page. No, I can't find the page, so I'll just let him do the talking. He gets it on around out of turn 4. Tap there for Estes. A little bit of maybe a little run and bump payback for the Bach earlier. Sometimes Robin's racing. You'll catch that a lot. And right behind all of them, that's the 42 of Mike McMillan. He has caught up to the drivers here. They've given him an opening. He's trying to challenge on in here, trying to see if maybe he's got something for him. Working on down around, you can see how Battle's coming quick and Battle's coming hard here. Neither driver wanting to give an inch here. They will run it on down that front straightaway here and Battle on through. Also, if you're just now watching here or you're just now catching up with us, welcome to the show. We do appreciate you guys coming on now. We'd also like to remind you at home that if you are interested in running any of this, or if you like, maybe want to fill up the group and make some really interesting racing here on P10 Racing TV. Well, these guys at the East Coast Racing Circuit would love to have you join on in. So if you guys could and would, be sure to visit them up here on the page and be sure to send a message over their way on the comment section. We promise you, well, they will be aware of it, and we will make sure that you can get notified eventually of what can be done and what are the rules and all that. Trust me when I say it, guys. These guys are a bunch of good folks to run with and good folks to hear about. So I would say, honestly, if anything, go and tune into these guys. It'll be a good show for sure. Paul Durkee right now, currently about a second, just under a second ahead here. William Estes still trying to build up momentum, trying to get that half a lap back on him. And McMillan, man, he's getting really loose there. Having some troubles there. Looks like that turn 4 there. That's one thing we've noticed before earlier. This one thing I'll say it again. This track is almost kind of like what I would say a large Martinsville. Why do I say that? Well, it's very similar in my opinion to how the track looks and how it feels in my opinion, because I've always said before that Martinsville is the toughest track, in the short tracks anyway, to really get down and master, because of the fact that it has no banking whatsoever. You got to treat it more like a road course. And here you have a banking to an extent, but the thing is, it's like in a way you have to also back off your throttle at certain points. So in my opinion, it's kind of if Darlington and Martinsville had a baby, and this is what it ended up being. Like, this is the track baby that we were all wanting to see. Get a good look at the rest of our field here. Brandon Coleman currently still trying to make up time and ground from earlier on a fresher set of tires than everybody else. That might be a spit strategy here. We are now at the halfway point here, coming up with the 4 there. Steven Naylor and him still a lap down. Definitely still trying to get back into this, figure stuff out here. The 12 of Rick LePage here, kind of doing his own thing, kind of figuring stuff on, going on by, down, out, around, out of turn 3 here. We bring him on into turn 4 here. Let's go on board here with him. You can definitely hear the momentum they carry through and how hard they get on that throttle, but you can see there's a little bit of that ridgeway there and that little bump to where actually they got to get out of the throttle, downshift. And then you hear them actually kind of gearing up a lot higher because they're waiting to get the car to take a set and settle in. That's where everything kind of plays into their factor, running in harder and better. So it goes like this. You're going in turn 1 and 2, you downshift, and then as you come out of 2, get ready to upshift. Coming into 3 and 4, stay on that gear and stay in the throttle, but don't overdo it in the corner. If you get it overkill there, you're going to get it really low and it's going to mess you up completely. Did you hear Brian Doty actually getting off the throttle and off the pace there? He's having to shift down to try to settle it back up. And you get a good look there as well. The 50 of Jonathan Dellinger still holding his own here, kind of getting things figured out and situated in. He'll bring it on down around out of turn 3. Like we said, you can hear the motor too. They're holding it a lot harder than they are in turn 1 and 2 by 1.5 miles there, I would say. Back on out around now. You can see, let's go ahead back onto our top 3 here as we reach the halfway point. Durkee right now got a good sized lead there over Estes. As McMillan currently trying to get something going here as well. We've seen it before. It doesn't take 4 or 5 cars. It doesn't take 40 to 30 cars to make a really good race. All you really need is 2 or 3 that are willing to put on a show and fight for a race here. And we know that these guys can definitely do just that. We've seen them before. And it's definitely showcased as well here. They're bringing it on down that back straightaway here. Down about now the 42. Red Bull and Mike McMillan now trying to battle it on through that Toyota Camry. Looks like I'm mistaken here. There are 2 Toyota Camrys out there. So I believe there is at least 2 or 3 of the Ford Mustangs, 2 Chevrolets, and 2 Toyota Camrys, I believe is the limit here, or at least the set that we got right now. McMillan trying to get some momentum going though. He's just desperately fighting for this. He can't get that Red Bull 42 ahead in this case though. No, William Estes right now, man, he is just hanging on to that second spot, the Rowdy Energy hot rod machine. Kind of battling on through as the 43 of Paul Durkee is going to go into pit road here. He is opting in to get a fresh set of tires and a squeeze of gas in there. Bring it on down around out of turn 4 here. William Estes will take over the race lead yet again there. While the 42 of Mike McMillan battle is on by here, getting his own momentum and run to carry on through. We'll see if that lasts long enough for him here, if he can get something figured out here. McMillan now down that back straightaway, kind of holding his own, revving it up, getting the motor going here. They'll bring it on fourth down out of turn 3, back into turn 4 here. William Estes right now still doing his own thing, just kind of running his own line and area. Jonathan Dellinger kind of the same way in this case. But right now, man, with only 41 laps left to go, I mean, this could be, if a caution is to come out at any time or something is to change. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what will happen here. I can tell you this much, considering that they are here right now, the next time we see these drivers, I'm not sure where we will be at next time by. But I can definitely tell you one thing, and that's wherever these guys go next, it will definitely be quite the show here for everything. So as they bring it on down around, they'll continue on through here, still holding their own here. Getting all situated out. Actually, the next time we see these drivers, or at least that they will be on, it will be the next week at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park with a 30-lap race there. We've never showcased Canadian Tire here on PTN Racing TV, so we hope that they'll allow us to come back and do it there. I would love to commentate that one. We haven't done so many road course races. I know there is a little Throttle the Poddle in here that would love to see Canadian Tire on this stream. Am I wrong? Nevertheless, they bring it on down the front straight right here. Down and about, here they go. Durkee lap down as well. Falling behind there with Brandon Coleman, as well as Naylor. Naylor 2 laps down as well. Unfortunately, looks like he struggled a little bit with the tires. They'll bring it on down around out of turn 4 now. And here comes Durkee to the outside line. McMillan gives him the opening in the room he's been needing to get by. Keeps it on by, down and around they go here. They'll swing it on fourth. Estes now outside. Durkee goes to the inside. He's going to get his lap back for sure on this back stretch here. Nice solid run there, nice solid move there and pass on by. And William Estes is going in pit road here. That could have just changed the game big time here. We will see. McMillan goes out and stays out. He will take the race lead away from Estes. They bring it on down that front straightaway here. They are on their game and on their position here. Down and about. Coming out of turn 2 they go. Brian Doty in the 39 machine currently. Kind of slowing up a little bit too. I believe he is going into pit road here shortly. Tires got to be burnt up a little bit there. Definitely you got to think the car has got to be running a little bit low on fuel. But nevertheless, right behind him there, of course, you got LePage still holding on in there, still doing his own thing. Rick LePage just seeing maybe he can get something figured out here and get something taken care of for next time by. Now, these drivers definitely ain't quitting, man. They're giving it all they're worth right now, trying to do what they got. They're still holding on for what it is. Brian Doty right now is just doing everything he can to keep that run there and keep the momentum alive down that back straightaway. They'll bring it on down around out of turn 3, back into turn 4 here. Doty now starting to gain some ground up on Dellinger. You can see him start to really make some time up there. You can see that's kind of working into his favor here. But unfortunately, Dellinger right there, he is now taking the race lead away from McMillan. McMillan had to go in pit side. This could get interesting here, folks, because right now, Coleman currently, even though he is 2 laps down, he can try and get some time back here. Get situated out. That 43 though, man, he is really hard charging this one. Paul Durkee wants to get back into this one. But does he have enough time to catch up? Does he have enough time to kind of work it on through and get things situated out? Because he is definitely not in the driver's seat at the moment when it comes to taking over for the race lead. Not far from it, in my opinion. Get a good look at Brandon Coleman yet again here. Just kind of showing you guys these drivers and their trucks. We'll show them as they come on by here. 34 laps left in this one here. That big bell for tough Mustang. Wait a minute. Caution is out. Caution is out. Trouble there for Steven Naylor in the 4 of the Big Lots machine yet again with big trouble there. And that might have just been what Paul Jerky was hoping and counting for. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the replay here and see what happened to this one. This looked like it was a pretty hard little wreck here for Naylor. I don't know what it is, but man, WWT Raceway is not being too kind to him here. Whoa, that's definitely a reason why he got stuck straight in the wall so hard he literally pogoed it. Motor is blown and unfortunately damage has been done. Tough break there for him, unfortunately. He's getting situated out here. Jonathan Dellinger is going in pit side here. I believe he will be our guy we talk to next here in just a moment. So they'll bring it on by here, get everything situated out here, and they'll get the drivers and trucks all wrapped around and ready to go yet again for another run and a half or two. You can see Coleman will stay out a little bit. Get a good look at this field and at this track. And I gotta be honest, I think it's one of those tracks out here that does not get enough credit or enough love, honestly. I was down there earlier and I was practicing these things, and yeah, it's a very technical track. It's very tough to kind of really just play in and work around as much as you want. You really have to be very strategic in how you play it and how you run it. And for good reason, obviously, but in my opinion, it's a lot of fun. So, I don't really know why it doesn't get as much love as it does, but you know, that's just the way things go sometimes. We'll let Jonathan get catched up here real quick, and then we will get into the chat here with him. See how he is doing that Layuna number 50 Chevrolet. Alright, he's bringing it on down around. He's bringing it back forth. And here we go. Get them all situated out here. Let's go ahead and talk with Nathan. Alright, folks, I'm down here in the chat here now with Jonathan Dellinger, and I hope I'm saying your name right, bud.
Yeah, it's close enough.
How do you say it so that way I don't mess it up anymore?
Dellinger.
Dellinger, okay. Yeah, there's a guy around here where we're at for local track racing that's got like a name Dellinger, so I apologize, but Dellinger. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way here, man, you've got a pretty good truck going all the way through until that caution came out. Kind of lost your lead there, but I mean, how is it feeling out there, and how have you been holding up as of late?
Well, I just bought the track like 5 minutes before the race started, so I just been trying to get the feel for it.
That seems to be a common thread around here I've been noticing, but I mean, it seems to be working for you guys, though. You're really holding out for what you got, been doing pretty good there. I guess really the main thing, and we'll kind of know, we only got about 30 laps left on the track. What would you have to do to really get around Jerky and Estes there?
I'm just going to bide my time and try to stay with them till about 10 to go, and then we'll race.
Oh, all right. Well, I think you're definitely going to give the viewers here at home something to show for here, and definitely kind of work them on in. But nonetheless, Dellinger, and I'm saying it right, I'm hopefully glad. Hopefully we can see you guys get a good finish here and a good race into the end this one. But nevertheless, running good out there. Good luck on the finish, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. So as they get situated out here, let's go ahead and talk with William Estes here. William, we brought you into the chat now. We're joined on in here in the 54 machine, and I hope I'm saying your name right. It's William Estes, right? William, you got a copy there, bud? Don't worry, folks. Sometimes we have a little bit of radio miscommunication, unfortunately, on our end. And it looks like we do not have communication, unfortunately, so we'll let him back in. I believe that was the entire field that we've talked to this entire day. So we've talked to all the drivers, now the stars in the trucks, or the cars as I usually say. We'll get ready to go for another run here or two. They'll get situated on out down the back straightaway here real quick, and just a little word that we'd like to share to the sponsors here. Tonight's race, of course, is sponsored in part by their good friends over at Jerky Custom Stonework. And then, of course, over at Freedom Landscaping. both sponsors rooting on and definitely supporting each series of the trucks, of course. It's definitely good to have them on board here. Always good to have a good sponsor too, and definitely ones you can trust. And I gotta believe with those sponsors, you can trust anything and everything from them. But nevertheless, here we will get them situated out here, and again, there'll be 28 laps left in this one. We will see who chooses where they want to go and where they want to be here and how they want to play this one position-wise. I've got a pretty good hunch, though, that the 43 of Paul Durkee is going back to the outside line. Now, that's just a thought, but, I mean, come on. Well, working on down around, and was there ever any doubt? Yeah, we'll work them on through, and that will definitely be the way they're going to go for it. So, the 43 of Paul Durkee, the 54 of William Estes, and then that 39 of Doty with the outside of him, Jonathan Dellinger. They will be the drivers to go on at it here and get it situated out. They'll bring it on down around. You can see Durkee kind of setting it up, ready to go. He wants this one to go flying by. Let's see if he can put the pedal to the metal. Here we go. Will this be our last restart here for the East Coast Racing Circuit? Well, we're going to find out as they bring it on down the front stretch. Back on down around. We bring him on through out of turn 1, back down in turn 2 here. Estes now looks to the inside there. We're Durkee trying to defend off, trying to stay in line here. But that's not going to be the case. Estes now right to the inside there. Durkee has trouble there. He's trying to block. He can't quite get him in there. The hot rod rowdy number 54 has got to run on the inside line. He pulls it on through. Battles on by. Here comes the 50 of Jonathan Dellinger. Dellinger now trying to challenge it in the Laguna 50 machine. Back on inside, he challenges up Durkee. Durkee has to back off a little bit. He can't get him to him too close. Now Doty to the inside as well. Now building up some momentum. They got 4 cars battling for the race lead. Estes doing everything he can, trying to stick with this one and stick into position here, trying to see if maybe he's got something here for this long course run. The 43 though, Paul Durkee has just got all he can going for him and everything he can do it. See if maybe there's something left in that truck there for him to catch up to Estes. He backs it on through. Now Dellinger has got 2 drivers now fighting him. Ryan Doty in the 39 trying to work it on by there with McMillan now kind of hanging his way in. Brandon Coleman still a lap down, unfortunately, because of caution. And that pit stop strategy he tried to play earlier wasn't quite working out the way he wanted to here, and it's definitely showing right now. Down around the front straightaway here. Jonathan Dellinger works on by on that front straightaway. He's got a good, clear camera view of what's going on right in front of him with Paul Durkee and William Estes. Down and around, out of the back straightaway we go. Walking on through there, you can see Durkee just holding his own here, trying to stay in line into position. Brian Doty goes a little high there, trying to see if maybe he's got something there coming on by down that front straightaway. They'll take it on through. All drivers kind of hanging in this one, doing their work, doing their fight. The Durkee Motorsports 43 now works it on by in the inside line around those turtle curves area. We've got 23 laps remaining this next one around. You can just see William Estes, man, he is still hard charging, but he cannot defeat the draft. When it comes to the draft here, folks, I can tell you one thing, it's like a saving grace. And that saving grace right now just happens to be what Paul Durkee is trying to do on the outside line now. Estes trying to hold him out there, trying to block and defend. We'll bring him on down around out of turn 1, back down into turn 2. Inside line goes to Estes, the outside of Durkee. Dellinger to the inside there, tries to get a moment there, not quite going to get it. On down around, they continue on by here. They will stick with it here. The momentum run key is factor. They are definitely holding on for it. Neither one wants to quit. Neither one wants to give anything up here. They'll bring it on forward to the front straight away. They are all at it here, trying to hang with this one. Back down around the inside. Contact's made to Turkey from Tony. And Turkey is into the wall. Oh! And Coleman unfortunately gets tangled up. Oh, man! LeBron and Rick LePage, man. Holy smokes. He just took a lick. Ouch. Let's go on the instant replay here and take a look at this one here. That was not what you wanted to see at all. Let's take a look at this here. Hard lick. Unfortunately, they came out of turn one here. And you can see right there, bam, just came right in there, and unfortunately nowhere to go and no room to be. Paul Durkee just takes a huge lick and a half. And unfortunately not where you wanted to do it at. We're going to go on board here with Brian Doty on that little spot there that he got tangled up in. Here's the onboard camera here. Come on down around, kind of build it on in. He thinks he sees an opening, and you can see all it took was that little tap. And that's all it takes here just to get spun around here, unfortunately. So the caution is out once again, which means we will be running a little bit low on lap times and counters here. They will get situated out though and get things figured out. Still a lot of time left at hand for these drivers, a lot of stuff going down, and you just know as time goes by here they will be giving it everything they can to try to fight for this one here. Talked to all the drivers earlier, but I think definitely we should show a little bit of love here, of course, to some other drivers here real quick. Let's go ahead and take a look here and see how Mr. Doty is doing right now after his little thing there. All right, guys, we got Brian Doty here in the chat real quick. Brian, a little bit of a love tap there to Durkee. Unfortunately, Durkee spins it on around. But I mean, how are you doing right now, and how are you feeling coming into these last few laps?
Well, hopefully I have some tires to finish this thing. It's going to have to get a little aggressive. That's the only way to do it. I mean, I was in that corner in there. I mean, I hated to spin him, but it was just a tap, and hopefully we'll have something for the end here. We'll see.
Hey, can never be too sure, man. Anything can happen around in these parks. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen on the show, and we can say it is very possible. So, I mean, but nevertheless, seems like everything's kind of working in your favor, and looks like maybe you have a chance here. Just got to keep pushing forward.
We'll see. Hope so. Maybe we can come out on top.
Absolutely, for sure there, bud. Well, we'll get you on back in the chat here and get you guys ready for the final set of this one here. But good luck out there, buddy, and hopefully everything goes well for you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. We'll go ahead and also chat up with Dellinger yet again. All right, so real quick, we got Dellinger back in the chat here. Dellinger, kind of doing your own thing, still kind of hanging in there, and looks like the truck's still burning up pretty good.
Pretty decent. Like I said, I'm going to hold on. Probably about 10 to go, and then we're going to try to go after these guys and see if we can't get us one.
Well, I mean, not a bad idea to go for it, but I mean, we've kind of talked about it earlier. We have seen crazier things happen, so I mean, any point where you maybe might change your mind on that one exactly? You might go for the hard run early?
As long as I could stick close to them, if I see them start to pull away, then I'm going to start getting a little harder on it.
All right, well, you heard it right here in Round right now, folks. He's definitely going to be giving it all he's got, but try not to save it up for that last 10 laps to give him the full throttle assault to him. So we'll see how it all plays out. But nonetheless, Jonathan, good luck, and hopefully you can finish this one out strong, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. All right. They will continue on. Now we will initiate a 1 to go, which means William Estes will have lane choice on where he wants to be and what he wants to do in this case. So as I bring it on back down around here real quick, it has definitely been a good showing of these drivers in their first outing here on P10 Racing TV. We do appreciate everybody tuning on in as well to showcase some love and support to them. Always good to have people on here and always good to have someone out there. Well, working on by down and around, and again to all of our friends at home and everybody maybe that's going out tonight. Happy Halloween, everybody, and hope you guys are still enjoying it. I'm kind of disappointed though. I was kind of really hoping we would see some Halloween schemes out here tonight, but it didn't turn out to be that case. I guess Texas Pete kind of has a little bit of a Halloween scheme going there. Got a little black and orange there. Looks pretty nifty. And of course, Jonathan Dellinger. I'd say that passes, right? A little white and orange. Why not? So lane choice has been chosen. They will now do a single. Looks like they're going to do what we call in the dirt track racing, the one car up front double file restart. So the leader leads it, and then everybody else follows in pursuit. Everybody else kind of finding their own way, finding their own line that they want to choose off of. Everybody fifth on back though is a lap down, so that could definitely put him back here a little bit. Durkee unfortunately looks like he's not able to get the truck out of the pits and back on in. We'll bring him on down that front straightaway here. 16 laps left in this one. Brian Doty tries to defend the inside line, not going to work there. Dellinger to the inside, he makes a big run there on that position. We talked about it earlier, he mentioned it earlier as well. If he can just get the run there to hang on for a little longer, and if he feels like they're getting away from him, he'll full throttle assault that puppy. It's definitely working so far. He'll bring it on down around out of turn 3, back down in, down about to turn 4 we go. Down around that front straightaway here, they'll battle on by. William Estes still trying to hold his own here, doing everything he can here to build it on down. Back out of turn 2 they go here. Jonathan Dellinger is working it on in as hard as he can. Bringing it on by while Brian Doty is not out of this one yet. Back on around, tries to get the big move there on Estes, but Estes defends. He tried to hold him on to the bottom line and get him around, but it wasn't to be. They'll get him on through there out of turn 4 here, working on by Brian Doty, doing everything he can to charge this one in. Back on around here, Dellinger really close to Estes there. I got a feeling one little wrong turn, one little bump is all it's going to take to open the door up. Doty's going to try to swing it in there. And now Dellinger going to try to swing it in there, maybe try to get a little closer into the gap zone. Trying to reel him in. It's like a big, he sees the fish, he just got a big fish in there. Back on around out of turn 1, back down into turn 2 they go here. They are all at odds here with one another, still battling on by. Neither driver wants to quit. Neither one wants to quit here and give up. Dellinger and Estes looks like they're going to be your two front runners for this one to finish this one on out. You heard Dellinger say earlier, it's time for some racing. Oh, but I don't think that's what he meant by racing. They get right in there, William and him tag it out of turn 4. Contact made there, and unfortunately that might have just cost Estes his chance to hang with him. Down around they go here. They bring it on back down to that back straightaway here. And now Brian Doty makes a big charge around Dellinger. Dellinger tries to get it back. Can't quite clear him there. Can't quite get it set in. Bring it on down around out of turn 3. Back down into turn 4 they go. The 51 of Brandon Coleman's not on the lead lap. He's just trying desperately to find a lead lap if he can. They're bringing on through here, down and about out of turn 1 they go. Here, the 50 there, Jonathan Dellinger out 3, wide salute initiates, and Dellinger gets right in there with Doty. Doty loses the lead. Dellinger takes over. Woo! Coleman now trying to get back his lead lap. Doty went a little too hard in. Coleman gets a little low off that. And Doty, man, he's hanging in there. You want to talk about a hard charge. He's not out of this yet. Back down around the front straightaway they go. Here we've got 10 laps left in this one. Dellinger has a sizable lead, but Doty is still in this, and so is Estes. Either one can take it back. Either one can make their move around. They've just got to start fighting for this one. They've got to start getting situated out here a little bit. Oh, a little bit of a bump there to Coleman from Doty. Doty's trying desperately to get a run off him to get back there with Dellinger. He knows the draft is important here. He's got to try to hope for something here. They come on down around. Dellinger and Doty will do battle here yet again down that front straightaway here. Neither one wants to quit. 9 laps left. Down and around we go here yet again. Out of turn 1, back down turn 2. Garrett down, then Garrett back up, coming out of 2. And Doty got a run to the outside. Dellinger couldn't quite get it there. What a run, what a move there. They bring it on back down out of turn 3 into 4. Now I think this is where the racing aspect comes into play. On 4th they go here. All drivers still hanging in there, doing their own thing, battling on by. They are all at odds with one another here, still trying to hang with this one. William Estes now, finally, he's got the draft back in it. He's got a chance. Estes trying to get the inside line there. Coleman trying to defend off. A 3-wide saloon maybe in the works here if they get it going here. McMillan now, he is in this one. Mike McMillan trying desperately to get one last hard charge. He doesn't need a phone charger. He's got the hard charge in the battery itself. Still working on live. Down and about out of turn 1, back down turn 2. Brian Doty is getting even further up into the wall section there. I don't know if that's exactly going to be a smart move on his end, but you know, I've been saying that before. It might work out in the end if you can get it situated down. Through and through they go. Turn 3, back down. Turn 4, 6 laps left. This is going to get interesting, folks. Don't tune out just yet. If you can, like and follow us up and share us around a little bit. And if you guys are wanting to run with these guys as well, I'd recommend hitting them up in the comment section. Whoa! Brian Doty unfortunately gets tagged on in there from Estes. Coleman trying to back off and not give any more damage to Doty, but the contact was made there, unfortunately. Holy smokes, hard racing coming to be. I mean, that's hard racing for sure, but let's take a look at the replay. That got a little hectic at the end there. Yeah, you can see them trying to defend, trying to block, and unfortunately Doty had nowhere to go, but doing a great job saving it for the most part. And then Coleman, yeah, he just gave him a little love tap on the side. What's a scrape and a bruise going to do to you? Before anybody corrects me there, it can do quite a bit actually if you get too much damage on the side there. We'll go on board here. We'll go on board here with William. We'll see what he was seeing. He was going into the turn here. Here's the onboard camera. So you watch this. They'll come around turn 4. William's got a hard charge coming. He's got the full throttle assault in gear. But this turn right here, yeah, I just kind of did him in there, and unfortunately wasn't quite what he wanted to do there. But you know, the 3 runners have all now had a little bit of a hiccup or a little hit around with each other, and it has cost each other time and ground, unfortunately. So we will switch them on down around. We're going to leave the drivers alone here a little bit, let them get situated out here. We don't want to let them get too rambunctious. Want to kind of let them settle in here a little bit and kind of relax. They'll bring it on down around it again, and I can definitely tell you nobody's going in pit road at this point unless you got hard damage on that machine. 4 laps left. Time is now of the essence. You know, we've talked about it before here, and definitely it's been kind of a hard charge and hard running here on these last few laps. And I think if there's one thing we can go off of what happened with the Green Mountains Grills Fast and Fun Truck Series, is that on these restarts, you're definitely going to see a lot of action kind of pulling forth and kind of pulling away, because everybody wants to take over that spot and over that position coming into this one. So it can definitely be said that I got a feeling these drivers are going to be running hard on this restart. But who is going to be the driver that's going to be able to outclass and outsmart it? Because this is going to really matter now. Is that how are they, when they start on the outside line, they've got to figure out a way to keep the momentum alive and keep everything going. It's definitely going to be hard to figure out how to go for it. So the 54, William Estes. The 42, Mike McMillan. The 50, John Dellinger. The 51, Brandon Coleman. Rick LePage in the 12. Rounding out your top 5 in this case. Everybody else is either in pit road or unfortunately not quite situated out here. So the 1 to go has now been initiated, which means we will get these drivers settled in one more time around, and then we will bring out the big one. They'll bring it on down out of turn 1, 2, they go. Mike McMillan in that Red Bull 42, the Hot Rod or Audi 54 of William Estes. Looking for one big chance here, one big run. You can see the drivers just kind of tempoing in, getting paced out and ready for this one here. Looks like they're all lined up here. I think they're actually going to go off this restart here. Usually they are supposed to be lined up for the start here. I think it's actually because they're on the green white checker finish. Yep, so actually they are going to go off the start. They'll bring it on down that front straightaway here. 2 laps remaining in this one. It's game time for this one. Back on around out of turn 1, back down in. The turn 2 we go here. 2 laps left. This is going to be a hard charge here. Can Dellinger get a full throttle assault back into this? He's not going to get it there. Mike McMillan will battle him on by there on the back straightaway, while William Estes throwing it full throttle here, keeping his own area. Down and around they go, down out of turn 3, back down into turn 4 they go. They will burn it on through it at turn 4 here. Mike McMillan has got a charge. Estes went right in the wall. That just opened the door up to McMillan. McMillan now gets inside. They back off. Estes holds his own. They turn it down around. They will come on by down at turn 2. This next turn will tell the tale. Dellinger gets loose there off that turn. Dellinger trying desperately to get one last run. Estes tries to block. Can McMillan get it? McMillan gets blocked again by Estes. Estes needs a hard finish here. He needs a good run off this head. Coming down around out turn 4. McMillan gets spun by Dellinger. End of the finish line. It's going to be William Estes and the 54 Hot Rod Rally Machine, with Jonathan Dellinger coming second. Mike McMillan coming third. And fourth to Rick LePage. And Brandon Coleman in 51, fifth out of the finish. What a race. It's definitely a showcase, and the fireworks go off here in the stands. Here you see all the craziness going down. What a battle and what a race, and looks like everybody's lining up to do some donuts out there. That's awesome. This is some good stuff out here. What a race. What a run for these drivers here. We'll talk with our top 3 here in just a moment. Definitely a hard-fought road there for Estes. He wanted that win badly, and he definitely got it here tonight. Came out all played out and everything. What a good showing, and thanks to everybody again for tuning on in. We'll talk with our top 3 here in a minute, but we do want to remind you, if you are wanting to join in on this league, we are told by the league officials they want to get as many guys and gals they can in here. So if you are interested, just hit them up here on the chat. We'll get y'all settled in, situated out. Let's go ahead and talk with our top 3 here tonight. Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, we put the truck up on the screen. It is Mike McMillan in the 42, finishing 3rd overall tonight. Mike, you had a pretty good truck out there to the end, battled hard there for 90 laps. What was going through your mind through this race, buddy? Mike, you got a copy there, bud? And we do not have a copy with Mike here, unfortunately, so we'll go ahead and we'll bring him back in here. We'll let him do his own thing. We'll go ahead and then bring in our 2nd place finisher. We'll give everybody a chance here real quick, but real quick now, we're going to go ahead and talk with our 2nd place finisher here tonight, that being Jonathan Dellinger. Dellinger, man, you had something there coming to the end, and then out of turn 2, you lost it, but then turn 3 and 4, you kind of tangled in there a little bit. What happened there, bud?
Tried to pinch me down there a little bit, but it was the last lap, and I was going for it. Hate that we couldn't win it, but it's the first time I ever raced on this particular track, so I'm pretty happy with a 2nd place.
Definitely there indeed, man. Considering it's your first time out, guys, getting the show broadcasted up on PTN Racing TV, it looked like a pretty good run all the way through. Obviously, there's going to be cautions in any race and all that, but, I mean, you guys definitely gave it quite the show and quite a battle here, for considering your numbers and what you had to deal with. And this track itself also, for what I consider, a lot of you guys didn't even have any practice time or even figure out how to run it, so you literally were just practicing with like 5 or 10 minutes, and that was about it, and then you had to figure out how to run that the entire race. That's pretty impressive in my opinion.
Yeah, it took me about 50 laps to kind of figure the track out, and then once I finally got it figured out, I figured I could run with them a little bit.
Definitely indeed.
Like I said, I'm happy.
Absolutely, man. Well, Jonathan, I got to ask you, the race winner here tonight, who do you want to thank here for this finish?
I guess I'll thank my sponsor. It's Lumina. I think that's the correct name for it. I used to drive a truck for Tyler Ankrum back when he drove super late models, so I picked that paint scheme because of him.
All right. Well, I definitely could say the sponsors probably got to be proud of you tonight, really running this one on in and definitely showcasing what you're capable of here tonight. Definitely was a good showing, a good race here from you. Once again, congratulations, Jonathan, on your 2nd place finish here tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2nd place here tonight, Jonathan Dellinger in the 50. And let's bring him in now. He's our race winner here tonight, William Estes in that 54 machine. William, I mean, I got to think, man, you definitely were giving it a hard charge to the end. You never gave out, but that could have been crazy to the end. What was going through your mind there, buddy? Wait, you got a copy, or are you still in the cockpit there, buddy? Looks like he is still in the cockpit, unfortunately, so I guess we're just going to kind of call it there for the night and just kind of get situated out. But hopefully we'll be back next time out, though. Canadian Tire for these drivers. It was a long, hard-fought road. It was a good show here tonight from these drivers. So we appreciate everybody tuning on in. Thanks again to their sponsors again for helping them out and getting this all set up and doing now. We hope you guys enjoyed the show, and next time around, we'll see you next time when the green flag flies right here on P10 Racing TV. Tomorrow night, Pedal to the Metal Racing League returns with the ARCA Series, and you wouldn't guess where we're going. We're going to New Smyrna and we're going to showcase what the ARCA Series can do over there. That is a track we never showcased on this show before, and I guarantee you, I'm ready, but are you ready? Well, we'll find out in time. As the Worldwide Technology Raceway track comes to an end tonight, let's go ahead and say a farewell salute to everybody here. Thank you again, everyone tuning on in. If you guys are still interested in the league, comment down below on this stream, and they'll get you chatted up and get you all set up. For all of us here at P10 Racing TV, thanks again to everybody tuning on in. We'll see you next time when the green flag flies right here on P10 Racing TV. Good night, everybody.